All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A little late here today. Welcome to Real Stocks. I'm going to check out some pre-market movers today. No real news out this weekend. A little interesting after the big whipsaw we had on Friday. Looks like a takeover of some small company. AXSM up 190% to 764. Positive trial of depression treatment. Oh, okay, so that's positive trial of depression treatment. There you go. LXFT, LOXO, USX. These are top movers. They're all looking like they're deep in the mud, so that's not ideal, but deep in a bear market, you can't expect anything less, really. Hive, LTRX. Okay. KMPH. BPMC. MGen. That's a nice day on Friday, it looks like. MGen. Miragen Therapeutics, EPZM, and PER. All right, so not much moving in terms of high-quality growth stocks, at least on that particular list. But that's a pretty high list. The lowest one there is 9.95%. So that's not too bad. We don't always have to see those stocks moving. But the indexes are pretty flat here. Got the NASDAQ flat. Let's take a look at FinViz. Wow. Take a look at FinViz. Go to the futures. So Dow Jones 2.9, 1.3%, 0.05%. Russell's flat as well. Nikkei, Euro, DAX, all were a little lower, about 0.25%. Crude's edging up. Gold at almost 1,300. And dollar down 0.5%, actually quite a bit. Kind of a roundover happening here on the dollar recently. That's funny, they have the New Zealand dollar up here with the top 8 currencies. I find that a little funny. So, futures are kind of edging positive this morning. Not too much news out that I really saw headlined. Good morning, Justin. Eli, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I didn't see anything from IBD pop up on my... Usually I get an article on IBD this morning. I just realized I didn't see one. Oh, there's the bell. And we're off. I didn't feel like doing my horse racer voice there. Futures turn positive as China talks restart. Tesla gets a Shanghai boost. Oh, what'd Tesla do? All right, so we open. What do we got? We got Roku up. And a big gap up situation. FIVN, Twilio. FIVN. Okay, you're going to do this to me now? FIVN not looking too bad, actually. If it can maintain this throughout the day above this low, that'd be a nice successful mini breakout. No earnings, but I've had a price target raise by Morgan Stanley. Usually that means they want to sell more, so I don't know if I would buy into that. We had Boot, Twilio, SendGrid. Oh, look at that. Look at INS gapping up again. INS Friday rocketed through the cup on handle buy point on great volume, following through so far today. Obviously, 9% up. It's way too extended to buy this thing at this stage of the game. MU, ANET, a little positive. Boot, still way down there, but a little positive. IQ. Yeah, right. Place your bets now. My bet is on volatility. And it's moving up, moving down, moving up, moving down, moving up, moving down, moving up, moving down. Right, Ethan? No. Yeah? You don't know? Okay. He doesn't know. What do we got? AZPM, CHK, BLFS. Netflix jumpy this morning. Netflix had a good series of days here. Very heavy volume too, elevated volume, especially on Friday. So I do like that. Above the 50-day moving average, always very positive. A big move like this above the 50-day, and generally can't fault you for trying to take a position. That's always a good thing. Now it is one day. One day does not make a bull market. If you want to wait for a base, that's obviously perfectly acceptable. I didn't buy any, but I didn't buy anything on Friday. Too much whipsaw in the market the past while. I will say that Netflix did a pretty good job of avoiding the market FUD. And if you look at the run-up, a majority of it, except for one day, was a close in the top half of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days with a close in the top of the day with basically expanding volume, which is healthy. So Netflix is looking pretty good. And we're still down here in with 2/3 of the top left to go. Don't mean we're gonna rip roar in that direction, but yeah, Netflix does look interesting, does look good. I ideally like to buy it on some kind of a consolidation of some kind. Although earnings are coming up, so that's always going to be risky too, but that may be when the market really starts to rip and roar. We didn't quite have a follow-through day on Friday, even though it was a really great day based on all kinds of crazy news on Thursday, Friday of last week. We had super bearish, super bullish, and the super bearish move, was pretty bad. It was still down like 3+%. And then overnight, let's get more bullish news. So, the market just whipsawed. You even closed out of this range, which was interesting. We talked about that. Let's see how it closes. Let's make sure we close up. And we closed well up beyond expectations. So there's some bullish forces in this market. There always are bullish forces in this market. And that's the thing. That's the takeaway from a lot of this. So, I would honestly say the market seemed worse here than here. In my personal opinion. Now everyone's going to have a different estimation on that, but with the Apple news and everything, and then the next day just to have super positive news on the economy, and then the Fed chairman spoke here with that big green pop on Friday. That's really what kind of set everything ablaze. That he'll do whatever it takes, balance sheet, whether it be on the Fed's balance sheet or with their interest rate tools to get the economy healthy again, as long as everything is, as long as inflation is intact. And I listened to most of it. I didn't get to listen to the last 10 minutes, but I did listen to most of it, and it was fairly encouraging. The interviewer did a good job. He was like, hey, what'd you talk to Ben Bernanke and Janet Yellen? It was like, hey, what did you guys learn from the Great Recession and kind of what you guys had to go through? And it was pretty neat. He's like, well, we basically learned that we can go to zero interest rates and it doesn't cause hyperinflation. They thought it would cause hyperinflation, but they didn't know what else to do. So they figured that was their own move. So they did it, and it didn't cause hyperinflation, luckily. So that's a good thing. That means that they have some more tools in their chest than they thought they did initially before the Great Recession. So anyway, that was cool. That kind of set the market off, and that was only 3/4 of one day. Also not a bull market, but above these levels is healthy. We're still below the 50-day moving average on the NASDAQ, still below the 200-day moving average on the NASDAQ, and there's still plenty of downside pressure. But we'll see what happens. No follow-through day, though. I was trying to get my IBD up. There we go. Oh, it says marketing confirmed uptrend now. How is that? How'd you have higher volume? It was not higher volume, but they called it marketing confirmed uptrend. What? Hold on a minute here. Oh, the S&P, not the NASDAQ. See, that's my problem is I look at the NASDAQ. They're talking about the S&P. S&P traded up in elevated volume. That's what it was. Oh, yeah, S&P was definitely elevated. So I guess we did have a follow-through day. My bad. This is why I like to confirm with IBD because I can't keep an eye on everything. So yeah, let's look at so here's the general indicators page of the IBD. So there's the S&P. There's the elevated volume. It was clearly elevated, so that's good for the S&P. On the NASDAQ, we were not elevated. We closed lower by about 100 million shares. Dow Jones also was elevated, so those are some bigger stocks. Mutual fund index closed higher to 1260. Let's see what sectors worked. We had database computer software. That's a new sector. I don't remember a database computer software sector. And then look at all these ones that are way down in the worst groups. This is 158 group to 197. Look at blue. They're buying all these. They're buying everything is down so much, and they're selling all of these that have been, as of recently, have been healthy. So retail, wholesale, auto parts, finance, blank check. I'm not sure what that is. Utilities, food, confectionery. That's basically chocolate. That's always defensive sector. Food, miscellaneous, prep, apparel. Not sure why apparels was down. And then what's up? We have metal parts distribution, computer software education, leisure, movies and related, steel producers, steel specialty alloys, building materials. Huh. That's interesting. Eli says, I think Netflix is going to get out tech sector and run with different crowd up. Imagine the moment when you sold a lot of holdings of your fund in the beginning of 2018 and now you need FUD market to buy. Yeah, right. Does that mean it's time to jump back into the market? It doesn't. No, follow through doesn't say buy now, buy immediately, with reckless abandon. What it does say is it's okay to buy breakouts. It's okay to buy quality setups. Is what a follow through day technically means. So, it's always a good idea to buy something on the follow through day. I didn't buy something. I bought INSG before the follow through day. I bought it back here. I should have gone a little bit heavier, but seeing as how we were super deep in a bear market, I already been hit twice, so I took a really small position on this. So it's not really super sizable gains. But one trade worked out. I don't know how many that had in the past 3 months. Maybe Eli Lilly short. That was about it. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. A trade that had worked. Nothing had worked. So took a really small position in that, but that's maintained, so that's healthy. We saw Netflix coming out of a bottom. Let's look at Amazon, some of these other highfalutin stocks. Amazon's looking not bad. You can see the volume increasing as we're moving lower and still generally increasing, which is probably bullish, which is probably a little more bullish than bearish. We're not necessarily breaking down, so that's good. We've had a good week. Friday was pretty good. Dude, James, thank you very much. Thank you.
We're ready.
Close the door, please. It's colder out there than in here. Yeah, he got it from the fridge.
Well, he makes it cold.
James loves cold water.
I love both.
Yeah, me too. Tesla up 2%. Here it is. Take a look at Tesla. Back up at 320. A couple of jaunts down to the 300 level. Not really elevated volume though to the downside. Looks like there's this day, which looks like it's a support day as a matter of fact, has the highest volume in this down area. So that's healthy. James. Hold on. Sorry, 4-year-old's throwing a wrench in our morning plans here. Anyway, so Nasdaq looking fine this morning so far. Not really breaking down, holding level. So here's that pivot point we talked about on the Nasdaq. Let's see if the SPY has the same thing. SPY looks a little more desperate than the Nasdaq, I think at least. SPY's pivot point is well up here at the 260 level. Look at that pivot point right there. So we could rally here in the S&P, which would probably also rally us in the Nasdaq, obviously, and S&P could pause right there at that trend line. Although it is a stock market, we do get some V bottoms from time to time. So, but I think that is interesting. That's an interesting. Yeah, I guess it was higher by 1 million. The volume on these 2 days, that's crazy. Everyone bought here, and everyone sold here, and everyone bought here the same. Yeah, so let's try to see what some of these leading stocks are doing. You know what? We had the IBD 50 come out, so let's go through the IBD 50 a little bit. Probably can't do it right. There we go. Okay, so let's go to the EIBD, and I'll probably pull this off screen so I can go through charts. You know what? Let's look at the IBD charts. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, so we got a TTD support at 40 weeks, shaping possible double bottom base, entry at 101.49 with VEEV. So you have some potential entries there that you can out of TTD and VEEV. So that's good. CYBR, messy consolidation. Don't like that. Just below cup with handles 89.92 buy point. That's team. Let's take a look at team. So that's a stock that looks like right now is breaking out. 89.92 is the buy point. And so we're about 3% on that so far. So that's still buyable. That's still buyable. We don't have a good volume indication as of yet, whether it's going to be healthy volume or not. But you're buyable up to 5% is the general rule on these. So team looks buyable. We've been looking at team for a while now, and team looks really good. Oh, did mommy not take you? All right, hold on, guys. Okay. Team looks good here. I mean, team, you could put an entry position in, and if it starts moving up a little bit throughout the day or closes towards the end of the day, well, you could potentially add to that position. Fox, find support at 40 week after. You want to go wait goodbye? So service style, trying to pass resistance, move up right side of base. Nothing to do with that. Cup shaped base, still wide and loose. We don't like wide and loose. Between support at 40 week, resistance and 10 week lines. Planet, so that's MEDP, that's alarm.com. This is Planet Fitness, PLNT, back above 10 week line in 5th week of possible base. So that's actually, that's not bad. Let's look at PLNT. They don't have a buy point for us, but above the 10 week line is always good. And this would be your high right here to buy off of 58.50. So 58.60 would technically, like everything on Friday had a very good volume day. I think I have Planet up here. Let me double check. No, it doesn't look like I did. Okay, good. Have it on there now. MPW. So ends 4 week pullback with a tight weekly close. Clears 23.96 buy point in 4 month. It's extended. KL's extended. That's that gold play we've been talking about. New base in the works. We don't want to be fighting with new bases. Falls below 40 week after resistance of 10 week line. Third stage base. Really, I thought. Yes, James. Is it on? Why don't you draw a little bit and then we'll go, okay? All right. 4-year-old's going to draw with me. All right. Hope this goes well. New experiment. Drawing with James. So we got a Wingstop. It says third stage base, but a bear market resets all base count. So I may have to shoot them an email on that one, see why they have it as third stage base. Find a retake. 40 week is consolidation. Returns. Top rated consumer product firm pulls back gently ahead of results. WD-40. That looks like a cup and handle base that had already broken out. Winners and losers amongst IBD 50 stocks. Sell Jane with her because they got bought out. Regeneron. All right, let's just continue with this. 5 below, looking for bottom after support. Falls more than 8% as a sell signal. Gains erased after sound breakout. Ubiquity Networks. Still far off highs in new consolidation. Match.com. Back above entry after market crushes first breakout. INVA. I don't think I have that one. So market crushes the first breakout. That's hilarious. And now it's kind of back to the breakout point, which is up there at about $18. So again, Friday with a good day, like everything. Yeah, I don't think I have INVA on here. We'll go ahead and add this. All right, what else do we have here now? Green dot triggers 8% sell rule, builds new base. That's okay. Trying to break through resistance near 33.50. That's not really a base though. Bottoming base shows bottoming base. About 4. Bottoming base. I don't know what a bottoming base is. Aims at... They must have a new person writing some of these. Aims at 10-week line after 12 weekly closes below it. Lulu, that looks interesting, actually. It looks like it's breaking up a longer-term trend line right there. Looks like it is trying to break over that trend line. Well, I guess it did break over the trend line. That's okay. No, that's a selling candle. Not too much impetus on the buying side here. I'm not super enthusiastic about that. It's like the SPY's moving lower a little bit. I'm going to get out of here at the top of the hour, guys, just so you know. So if you guys want me to look at any stocks, feel free to chime in. Don't worry about interrupting me or anything like that. Feel free to chime in. Okay, so where am I? G dot, TRTN. That was Lululemon. That's where I was. Okay. Oh, we got trucks. Deep consolidation now faces resistance near 10-week line. Choppy base with entry shallow compared to the market. CDNS. I don't think I have that one. Looks familiar. Don't know if it is familiar. Yeah, I've looked at it before. I got a line right there. A breakout. That's the 20% line. Okay, well, nothing really doing right now, so not too concerned about that. EEFT, after failed breakout from flat base, consolidation shows conventional entry for PayPal at 93.80. Let's check out PayPal. At 93.80. So I'll put an alert there on PayPal. It's always good to know when stocks like this start going. Yeah, not a tremendous amount of selling, really. I mean, it came below the 200-day several times, but interestingly pulled back up every time, so that's not bad. Visa down there, Edward Life Sciences. Visa is such a solid play. Almost should make it to buy a rule anytime Visa's below the 200-day moving average. It almost should just be a rule. Like, seriously, it's freaking Visa. It's not going anywhere. Visa's not going anywhere. It shouldn't be Visa. It's everywhere you want to be. It's Visa. We are everywhere. That's what it should be. And by that definition, you should buy them whenever you think they're dead. For a minute, you just buy. So, looks like that may have been your capitulation candle on Visa right there. Look at all that volume right there. And then they just bought it up. They just bought it up. We'll see. They got market in an uptrend, but I don't know. I'm not. I guess that's what the rules say there. I'm not super enthused with the action though. Edwards Life Sciences consolidation shows early entry at 167.29. They used to never put early entry on a chart. Oh, it's because the traditional breakouts. This weird fandangled session up here. So holding pretty good above the 200 period moving average. Consolidating far off after breakout. Deep in consolidation. No new entry in sight. Still below 40-week lines. Adobe. We got ZTO consolidating below 200 moving average. Consolidating with resistance at 10-week moving average. Testing longer term support. Not very good. Late stage consolidation shows early entry on FIVN. I think we already looked at that one. Yep. Oh, look at that move today. Great move today. Look at Friday was muted, but today, where are you on my list? 9.92%. F5. Oh, there you are. Yeah. Okay. Second on my list. We have looked at this one today. But broke that consolidation right there. Oh yeah, this one it wasn't up here yet. It was only like 3% up. That's right. It was like right right there above these, barely above these highs when we were first looking at it. So now it has a nice little gap up, getting close to a breakout point. This thing held the 200-day moving average throughout the bear market. That's extraordinary strength. Let's see what else they say about FIVN here. Accumulation distribution is a D minus. PE of 97. Groups percentage annual EPS 97. Debt 70%. Quarters 350%. The down means that they their last quarter EPS was lower than the previous quarter EPS is what I believe that means. Prior quarter was 1,200%. Last quarter sales 30%. It's funny they put R&D percentage on here, but they don't put it in anywhere else. It's weird. Group is number 33, so they're in the top industry groups here. I was looking for another metric I thought they put on here. No up down. I was looking for up down volume. Accumulation distribution is a D minus. So that looks. I like FIV, and that looks pretty good. That looks really good. Resistance at 10-week line after pullback. Forming a long base. Lots of work left. Don't want to buy lots of work left. Buy above 10-week line or correcting less than the market. XLNX. I think we have that. Oh, look at that. Actually, yeah, moving. Definitely holding up more than most. I don't know if I have this. This chart does not look very familiar to me. XLNX. Yep, didn't have it on there. So this one above the 50-day, it came back below the 50-day, touched the 200-day. Looks like in just after. Yeah, that's earnings. 87 cents, 74 cents was previous. 77 was estimated. Not bad, actually, not bad. A higher high in a bear market is pretty rare to see, and XLNX has that. E30 accumulation distribution, supply and demand 77. Oh, there we go. They have it at the top. 250 million shares, 97 composite rating, 76 EPS rating, relative strength 96, ROE is 28%. I can zoom in like that. Cool. I wanted to look at. There's MasterCard. Okay, RS97, ROE 16%, composite rating 76 for FIVN. That's what I wanted to see. Those metrics. All right, I got to get going here, guys, in a minute. Looks like we're almost done. So when I'm done here, I'm going to bail, take my kid to... want to go see your friends, James?
Yeah.
All right, let's go do that. So Ladder Capital is a REIT. Back above 10-week line, potential resistance near 201. Palo Alto Networks, we'll look at that in a minute. Hassie, Hannon Armstrong. Big cup with handle base breakout, failed, watch for new base. Ooh, never mind. Triggers 8% sell rule from buy point. Cup with handle base shows an entry on RMD. Haven't seen them for a while. Okay, let's look at RMD. That looks like that's probably the last one. And RMD has 116.42 entry, which is right around here. So there's your cup, there's your handle, and a big down day right there. I'm not super enthused with the action out of this base on the right side of this base, but you know the buy point's still way up here. EPS relative strength 92, composite rating 76. Or no, wait. 95 composite rating, 76 EPS, RS92 ROE 25%. Wow, they make that difficult to read. And then Ring actually has an accumulation distribution of B plus out of a A to F scale. Interesting. And still way down here from its high up over here about 27. It's down about 16. And definitely some bottom buying in early October. Ring's been going up. We must not have Ring on our list. We do not have Ring on our list. I don't have a lot of the current stocks on this list. Otherwise, my list would be huge, astronomically huge. This is like a 5-year-old list, 6-year-old list. So Ring coming up to a resistance point here at about the $17 level. You can see right there. Look at that. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Failed. So that 17 is going to be resistance coming up here. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. So that's the IBD 50, guys. Something's looking better, but nothing looking really great. I mean, the team is the best one in my opinion. We've been talking about team here for a week. So, team here looking really good. Cup with handle. There's your breakout. Today could be your breakout. Yep, volume's a little elevated today. So, today could be your breakout day for team, up 6.2% on the day, but our breakout's up now about just around 3%, give or take. So still in a buyable range. Like I said, you can take an entry position here, and then if it gets a percent or two higher, you could add to that, and then that could be a position. I think team could be a market leader. A lot of these I'm not sure, but I think Tim could be. Team's been around for a long time. It's a big enough company. Let's go back and I want to look at the fundamental rate. So this is rank number 4 on the IBD 50. You've got 99 composite rating, 97 EPS, relative strength 97, ROE 14 is a little low. Accumulation distribution of B, so definitely has the numbers to make it work. Now, and technically it's starting to work too, so all good. Pretty much things with Atlassian. Atlassian's a big company, man. So, all right, guys, I'm going to leave you there with team, and I'm going to get out of here for the day. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining me. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.